Hello, everybody. Hope everything's well. And as always, let's jump right into this. Now, this book, I can tell you, but then you would have to be destroyed by me, is talking about the shadow government. Now, we touched on this briefly in my previous video. Our staged world, okay, and how they have secret agencies that they do not show you on mainstream media, okay. Now, this particular information was only released through the Freedom of Information Act, I believe. Okay. Now, these patches, all right, as you can see, are very occultic in nature. Now, these people you're hearing being woke on YouTube and other social media sites are these people. A lot of them, because, again, what we're going through is an ancient spiritual war, okay? It's for your mind. Most of these channels that I see now that are coming basically out of nowhere are dealing with emotionalism. Yes, they give you some truth about, Freemasonry, what's going on in society, but they will only give you certain truths in that. They will not give you the whole picture. Number one, they will never deal with etymology. I haven't seen much of them dealing with etymology. Again, they deal with your emotions as well. A lot of people in, let's say, the country, the U.S., is Christian. So all I have to do is just put a Christian narrative behind it. And now you are paying attention to what I'm saying, even though it may not be 100% true. Be careful of these woke people who talk about, for example, them being one with God, and God has shown me so much, and things of that nature. They are a part of these agencies to keep you still under mind control, because one needs to understand that modern Christianity is nothing like ancient Christianity. That's why the modern Christian will only deal with emotions. They will never deal with the etymology of the words in the Bible, because we must understand that the Bible does not come from the English language. It comes from languages older than that. And we understand that these words change meaning over time. Okay? Now, I talk about this again in my previous videos, etymology for the Bible. Okay? A lot of them, again, are being sent here on, again, YouTube, Facebook, and other social media sites, Twitter. Alright, to get you emotionally riled up, so that they can control your perception on life. Okay? This is happening constantly. So when you see a YouTube channel that's giving you cliches, yes, they're giving you some truth, but when you have a question and your specific question is not answered, do you understand what I'm saying? Or if you're trying to make a YouTube channel, or you're talking on Facebook, and people coming out of nowhere commenting, okay, understand that these are agencies. Okay? And like I told you before, these people are occultists. You saw the patches. I'll go back to this one more time here. As you can see, wizard hats and such. Okay? The dragon, which we talk about, the Kundalini. Okay? The all-seeing eye, which is symbol for the pineal gland. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like I said, be careful of these people who are quote unquote woke and talk about how other people are lost when they can't answer a simple question of yours. Okay? And I'll give you an example here. I was in a YouTube thread. And the YouTube channel was talking about certain truths about what's going on in our world, certain societies. But as soon as they just equated everything, first of all, what's evil is happening in the world. Oh, it's the devil, and the devil is working and everything. Okay? Now, I asked them, well, why is there missing books in the Bible? This person told me, and if this ain't mind control, I don't know what it is, again, because this is ancient times, people. Again, modern Christianity is nothing like ancient Christianity. Okay? This person's going to tell me whatever God wanted in the book, that's what he wanted in the book. But he completely missed the point. Why would God make significance to something he did not want in the book? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, you need to understand that our very way of life has been tampered with. Ancient Christianity, they probably didn't even call themselves Christians. The whole idea of Christianity is a Roman construct. Okay? Which we'll get into more in a different video. Here I want to show you this clip of them telling you now, they're coming out on the news telling you that the government did a social experiment to see how they can manipulate one's emotions on social media. Okay, check this clip out. All right, and thank you for listening, and peace and balance to the ancient ones.
Privacy watchdogs are in uproar following revelations the US government may have been behind a recent Facebook experiment. The social media site tried to manipulate the emotions of users by showing them different news feeds. And as Marina Portnaya reports, Washington has an appetite for this kind of research.
When the world's largest social media platform betrays its users, there's going to be outrage.
The study to see whether Facebook could influence the emotional state of its users on that news feed.
It allowed researchers to manipulate almost 700,000 users' news feeds. Some saw more positive news about their friends, others saw more negative.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, we're all kind of lab rats in the big Facebook experiment.
But it wasn't only Facebook's experiment. Turns out the psychological study was connected to the U.S. government's research on social unrest.
This is really kind of creepy. Yeah.
And it gets worse. What you may not know is that the U.S. Department of Defense has reportedly spent roughly $20 million conducting studies aimed at learning how to manipulate online behavior in order to influence opinion. The initiative was launched in 2011 by the Pentagon's Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, otherwise known as DARPA. The program is best described as the U.S. media's effort to become better at detecting and conducting propaganda campaigns via social media. Translation: when anti-government messages gain ground virally, Washington wants to find a way to spread counter-opinion.
They want to dominate what they call the information battle space. Right. So what they're looking at is developing methods and techniques in order to do that. And it gets very scary from the standpoint of where our rights could be violated and, you know, not knowing whether we're receiving accurate information.
Security and privacy researcher Kevin Gallagher says one way the U.S. government can spread misinformation is through fake bots on Twitter.
You're followed by a lot of these accounts who haven't really set up their profiles.
Apparently, I have a bit of a fake following.
Look at this account. It's been tweeting
to my colleagues.
All of your colleagues, trying to get you guys interested in this link.
According to The Guardian, some of the DoD-funded research monitored and analyzed the Twitter feeds of Occupy activists and reportedly went so far as to message unwitting social media users in order to track and study how they responded. In an era of mass information, critics say that manipulating messages is quickly growing into a valuable tool of the U.S. military. Marina Portnaya, RT, New York.